Let's get it. What's good, y'all? It's your man Wayne Training. We back with another joint. You already see it, man. Y'all see it. It's the OnePlus 11 in the building, man. It's been a minute since I had OnePlus. We talking about OnePlus 9 was the last one I had, and even that one I had it for a spell. Not long at all. So glad to finally get my hands on a OnePlus device again. Let's go ahead and get into this joint, man, because honestly, there's a lot of hype around it, and there's a lot of hate around it as well. But I'm not really worried about either one. I'm trying to get my own opinion off of this joint. And man. See, this is the thing. I'm going to talk to y'all a little bit while we're doing this. So, never settle. It never gets old, man. Never settle, man. I'm telling y'all. You got a phone right here. Set that off to the side. And this is the thing. So, we complain about things like chargers and not having chargers in the box. All this other mess. Here, OnePlus is as consistent as ever, still giving you that charger. And not only are they giving you the charger, they're giving you the super duper fast joint. I believe it's like 100 watts or something like that. I actually don't even know too much about this phone. I ain't gonna lie to you. So this is raw emotion. This is just, just me at the core. So anyway, classic OnePlus with the red cable. So, I just don't get people, man. I really don't get people. And you can't make people buy a device, so it is what it is, but it's like, we got to stop the hate, man. We got to stop the hate. We're going to go ahead and get into this joint. Hasselblad in the building. OnePlus, man. Let's go ahead and do it. So, we back, man. We back. OnePlus 11 is in the building, man. Nice soft feel to it, man. I love it. Gotta give it to you. Yes. Man. OnePlus they have like this, it's kind of iconic at this point, They just got a feel for their devices. Now, they still are sticking to they're still sticking to kind of the old school with the rounded kind of feel. A lot of companies are kind of going more into this, like, I won't say a lot of companies. Actually, I think everybody's doing it, actually. Giving you the more square design. They're still doing square a little bit at the top, but we're rounded off here on the OnePlus 11. And it's been the same pretty much for every other OnePlus device, but this thing just looks nasty, man. Camera, I love this little camera housing back here. Alert slider, iconic. Like for smartphones, we're talking about iconic smartphones, and this is for Android because they don't do this consistently. Actually, I don't know if there's really many Android phones that have the mute slider or alert slider or something of similarity or whatever. But let's go ahead and turn this joint on, man. I might be hitting the right button. Hold on. I know we got juice. Don't play me. Bam. I missed this screen, bro. I missed this screen. OnePlus, man. It's been so long. What's good? What's good with you? Hold up. Let that joint load up and we'll be right back. So one other area I have to credit OnePlus with, because a lot of people just don't give OnePlus any credit. They introduced this matte glass stuff that a lot of companies, pretty much every company is doing today. I believe it was the OnePlus 6. They brought it to the game, and now they've just kind of taken it to a different level. They're adding texture to it. They're adding different looks to it. This has like a real soft but subtle roughness to it. I definitely like it. It has a nice look to it. Last year's 10 probably was a little bit better as far as the feel goes. I didn't have the 10. I just went and checked it out, but I remember this. You hear it. It's got a nice little, roughness to it, but it's glass, so it kind of feels like it might be like some sort of plastic, but it's definitely glass. 16 gigabytes of RAM, 256 gigabytes of storage on this one. The other configuration that you can get is 8 gigs, 128, starting at $699. This one here is $799 for $100 more, pretty much doubling performance, and not performance, but RAM and storage. So Honestly, I think that is a pretty good bargain. You know, you're not really gonna find, like, if you were to compare this to Samsung or Apple, if it meant doubling the RAM and the storage, it's definitely going to be more than $100 difference, you know. So going, even if it started at $1,000 for the iPhone or the S23 or whatever, if you were talking about adding 16 gigs of RAM and doubling the storage, you're probably going to add another 200, $300. Appreciate that from OnePlus. They're kind of bringing it back, bringing the price down, being more competitive. They seem to be competing. This phone seems to be more in the competition with the Pixel 7 Pro. Now, a lot of people might say, you know, there's no competition because it's Google, you know, and whatever. But there was, remember them days when people were saying OnePlus, the OS is a little bit better. But I mean, obviously, I think Google is really dialed it in. And I don't know if I want to say that in 2023. Setting up that fingerprint. See how this goes. Because OnePlus is always they always had like some of the best fingerprint scanners. So we'll see how that holds up. A couple of omissions on this one. No wireless charging and no IP rating. So, you know, that's kind of what's bringing the price down too as well. So otherwise we'll be talking about, you know, $1,000 or whatever. And also no 120 hertz, 4K 120 recording. Now, I don't really want to hold that against this phone per se, because even though the OnePlus 10 Pro had it, had the Pro moniker or whatever, the Pro title, so to speak. So I'm going to give it that, as well as there's really no phone. There's some phones ain't putting 4K 60. So that's the thing. Like for 4K 120, it's kind of reserved for maybe 2 other phones. I think Sony's doing it, OnePlus did it, and I believe the Asus is doing it to like a lesser degree. But it's a rarity on devices. So, and especially for it to perform well, like I'm not gonna hold that against them. So here we are, finally in Oxygen OS. Let's check out this fingerprint scanner too while we're up in here. So yeah, we lit. We lit. I'm not even really. Yeah, we lit. So fingerprint scanner's on point as usual. Not the fastest still. I will say it's not the fastest fingerprint scanner in the world. I don't even know who I'd give that title to, but it's still a really good fingerprint scanner. It's OnePlus, man. Like, what can I say? Now, I'm just gonna take a couple of quick shots. Give it that block out. Okay, Hasselblad on deck. I ain't gonna lie, this one looks a little overexposed. Try to turn it around to the side. There we go. That's what I'm talking about right there. That's the one I'm hitting for right there. I like that click sound for this. All right, so we gotta be real, man. This is OnePlus, whatever, any device. We gotta keep it 100. A couple of these pictures ain't looking the greatest. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, they look good, but there's like some artifacts. I took a picture right here of this light directly. Comparison's sake. iPhone. Take a picture of that. Pretty sure a software update can fix that, you know, but, you know, out of the box performance, and I might even have an update. I just haven't done it yet. This is just straight up out the box what we're getting. Very, very weird. Seeing lines inside the pictures, inside the light bulb. So like I said, yeah, the camera definitely has some weirdness going on with it. Nothing I don't believe a software update wouldn't fix, but this is just out of the box performance stuff. So I'm not trying to. None of this should be taken as like, oh, we see OnePlus trash. But I gotta be real. I gotta let you know that's what I see, and I believe that, you know, a software update can fix that. Come on now. Come on now. Be light on my guys, OnePlus. But we're gonna go ahead and wrap this one up. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about this, and if the OnePlus 11 is a device that you plan on picking up yourself. Yeah, man. It's your man Wayne Train. We out.